Chips, chips, chips. Wonderful, glorious chips. And beer. Chips are amazing. Okay, I know in America you call them fries, but chips to us are your kind of, what do you call them? Steak fries, home fries. But half the time when you make chips here, you just peel the potato, slice it up, chuck it in hot fat, fry it until it's cooked, and then you end up with soggy, limp, flaccid chips. No one likes flaccidity on their chips, do they? And no. So I'm going to show you how to turn this tuber, this potato here, to wonderful, delicious, super crispy, glass-shatteringly good chips. Make sure you watch the whole thing because you don't want to miss anything, because there's some crucial points through the video that we need to address. And if you enjoyed this video, stick a like on it, share it as usual, and if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. Right, so let's get on with it. The first thing we need to do is peel some spuds. Pretty obvious, isn't it? Okay. As with all chips, it starts with a potato, and not just any old potato, and it's a super important thing. Now, if you live in the UK, the best potato to get is Maris Piper, but you could also use red skin potatoes like Desiree, and if you live in the States, you're going to want to use a russet. And quantity wise, well, that depends on how mmany chips you want. If you're a greedy fat like me, you're going to want 3 large potatoes. And all you need to do is peel them to start with. Oh, for God's sake. Right, I'm sorry boys and girls, but you may hear some drilling and banging and hammering, because as we know, I live in a building site at the minute, and DIY Dave has decided to have a go, and it's like flipping 7 o'clock at night. So if you hear anything, I'm sorry. They've got to do their job, I get it. But listen, I've peeled the potatoes, and what I'm going to do is take my potato, and I'm just going to chamfer off a little bit off the end, and that's so that I can kind of stand it up on its end. Because what we're going to do is cut this into 3 planks. So you basically got 3 kind of potato slabs. And then what you want to do is just cut them into chips. Now, don't cut them too thin or too big. Now! Don't know how I'm going to get through this video. I need to live in the countryside, out where it's peace and quiet. There's just the birds tweeting. You know, just like the distant faint sound of a combine harvester, a summer's girl running through a field. Flipping. That's all I hear. Right, just concentrate on the chips, Adam. Just concentrate on the chips. I would say that is a decent sized good chip. So aim for that. So I've got my chips here, all nicely chopped up into chip shapes. Now what you need to do now is we need to take out all the excess starch. That is crucial point number 2. So put them in a bowl, stick it under a tap of cold running water, and just keep sloshing them around until the water turns clear. Okay, so our potatoes have been washed, removed all that excess starch, and I've got a large pan of boiling water. I'm going to add a good generous bit of salt. I'd say about a tablespoon, and then in with our potatoes, our chips. And this is crucial step number 3, very, very important. Now essentially at this stage you're treating it like you would a roast potato. So normally you'd par cook the potatoes, get them nice and soft, rough them up, put them in the oven to roast off. At this stage it's essentially the same thing. We need to cook these for about 15-20 minutes, but don't walk away. Don't walk away and leave them to it, because we need to keep an eye on them. And what you're looking for is for them to be almost at a point where you think you've gone too far. All the edges are nice and cracked and soft and fluffy, and the chip is almost cooked all the way through. So come back in a bit and I'll show you what they need to look like.
One debt to society later.
Okay, right, these are ready. Shut it off, shut it off. No more cooking for these. So very carefully, I've got a tray here, very janky setup, and I'm just gonna very carefully take them out with a spider and just sit them on this rack. Make sure they're all on kind of like a single layer, and you can see, look, these sort of craggy bits here where it's starting to kind of split and make little creases. This is what's going to help make your chips really nice and crispy. Now what you need to do with them now is just kind of let that excess steam get off the chips, and then they need to go in the fridge, because what this is going to do is cool them down and it's going to set them again, because at the minute they're far too delicate. And also what's going to happen is going to take off some more of that moisture, because moisture is your enemy for crispy chips. And they need to sit in there for like 30 to 45 minutes, just until they're nice and fridge cold. It's a bit of a waiting game at the minute.
Later.
Right, so I've got the chips out of the fridge. Okay, they're firmed up a bit, they're nice and cold to the touch, and they are ready for our first frying. Yes, I'm going to fry these bitches twice. And what I've got here is a big old pan of oil. This is sunflower oil. You could use vegetable oil, and if you're going to splash the cash, you could use like beef dripping or goose fat. So I'm going to get this onto a nice high heat, and get yourself one of these, a probe, temperature probe. If you've got a deep fat fryer, it's going to do it for you, but I haven't got one, so I'm going to use a pan of oil and one of these. And we need to heat the oil to 140 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'll put that up on the screen somewhere. You actually need it at about 135 degrees, but I'm taking it to 140 because as soon as we put those cold chips in, it's going to take the temperature down. 140, in fact it's gone a bit higher, let's turn it down a touch. So we need to get these chips in, like right now. In they go. Now you may get one or two casualties, because remember we've cooked these quite soft. Like this fella here, right, I think he's kind of done for. But you're going to have casualties in this war against soggy chips. And this is crucial step number, what are we on, 4, 5? I've forgotten. But anyway, it's a crucial step. This is your first frying. What we need to do here is to set the chip and also get a bit of colour on there. I'm talking like a minute bit of colour, just a very slight hint of golden brown. This will take about 5 minutes, okay? Again, don't leave them alone. We just want a very slight blonde colour on them. So come back in a minute and I'll show you what they need to look like. And remember, this is really hot fat. Don't mess around with it. You f around, you find out, don't you? It will melt your face off. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Look, we need to get these out, like now. See that colour, look? Just turned, ever so slightly. Just a little bit of colour, okay? You don't want to go any further than that. And we're going to get those onto our tray and wire rack. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. Let them cool just slightly so the steam comes off. And get them in the fridge again for another half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, right, we are on the home stretch, ready for the second and final frying. So what I'm going to do now is get the oil back on, and we need to heat this to 180 degrees C. Get it nice and hot, because this last step doesn't take very long at all. Okay, that oil is leaping. So let's get the chips in. And they'll take like 2 or 3 minutes. In fact, they're almost done now. They just need to be nice and golden brown. Because they're already cooked, we're just finishing them off. Yeah. They're pretty much done already. Turn that oil off. I'm just going to get these out onto the tray again. And whilst they're still nice and hot, get some salt and sprinkle them over. And most of that is going in the bottom of the tray. And leave them to sit for a minute, just so that excess oil can kind of drain off. And they're going to go even crispier. Because what happens when you normally have chips? You peel the potato, slice it, chuck it in hot oil. They come out of the fryer. They're crispy for like a second. And then they just go soggy and flaccid and horrible. And like I said before, nobody likes a flaccid chip. Oh, look at these. These are crispy chips. Okay, I know you can't really tell visually, but listen to this. That is the sound of joy and heaven. Look, I'll eat one as well. Listen to this. There's another one. Look at that. Look at that flipping beautiful bastard. They're still nice and fluffy inside, but you get that beautiful, wonderful outer crust that's going to be nice and crispy. It's going to stay crispy as well. These have been sitting around for a couple of minutes, you know, whilst I set up the camera and everything else, and they're still crispy. Look. So there we have it. That's how you get the crispiest chips you'll ever have in your life. It takes a bit of time, but the results are worth it. So if you enjoyed this video, stick a like on it, share it to your friends and family. Because listen, everybody in your social circle needs to know how to make good chips. So when you go over to their house and they make chips, you know you're not going to get crap ones. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, and I'll see your gorgeous faces in the next video. And bye for now. What?